Bridget Klein, and today we are all set up to do some restorative yoga. I love having lots of blankets around. If you have bolsters, you might grab some bolsters. If you have blocks, you might have blocks. Mine are a little eaten up by my kitties. They might join us today. You're gonna need probably a strap for one of the poses. If you don't have a strap, you can always just get a belt or maybe a robe tie. But if you don't have one, you'll probably be okay without one, but it just helps you feel a little bit more secure in that particular pose. Okay. So today we are going to be starting with bounding pose. So I like to set up for this pose with my bolster kind of this direction. If you don't have two bolsters, you can always use blocks to stair-step blocks underneath instead. I happen to have two bolsters, so I'm going to use two bolsters. They're going to crisscross each other. You could be using pillows instead. Basically, you just want something that's going to create kind of an angled incline. I like to take a yoga blanket or a towel and roll it kind of at the end of my bolster just to make it a little bit more smooth transition upward. So get that all cozy. You might want some blankets or blocks underneath your knees. So this is going to be reclining bound angle. I like to use a strap here, but not everyone likes a strap in this pose. Don't feel like you have to use one in this pose. The bottom of the feet are going to come together, knees out wide, and you wrap the strap around your back and then around your toes. So it's not doing anything at the knees, it's just going straight from these hips around the feet. And then you're kind of pulling it tight. Once you get the strap kind of relatively tight, you want to adjust it so that it's not pulling on the lumbar spine, but it's more underneath the crest of the hip bones here. It's hitting more at the glutes. And again, this strap variation is just a variation. You don't have to use the strap. All the strap is doing is keeping your feet in place. And you want to get enough of whatever you're going to use underneath the knees to make the knees feel supported. And I like to have a big giant blanket to kind of cover myself up and keep myself warm. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you the pelvis coming all the way down. Palms facing, knees out wide. Okay. So yeah, again, if you want to use a blanket, you can. I'm just going to use mine to cover my feet today, just so you can continue to see the pose as we go. We're going to be holding most all of our poses for about 10 minutes, so I just set a 10-minute timer for us. Palms facing up. Nice slow breath. So most of our poses will be held for 10 minutes. At any time if you feel like you need to move around, if you feel like you need to grab a little drink, you're starting to feel parched, feel free to do whatever you need to do to help your system completely relax. And once you kind of find a good space for you, you'll see how much you can let go of. And as you're laying here, if you feel like, oh, my arms need more support, maybe place up the arms. Or maybe you decided that maybe the knees aren't quite happy here, maybe they want a little bit more underneath them. The goal here is to allow yourself to feel as supported as possible.
inhales, slow exhales. You can always exhale through the nose or through the mouth, but we always want to inhale through the nose. So try to move nice and slowly. If you have the strap, you might loosen it here. And then we'll use the arms to help bring the knees together and then just kind of roll on to one side. And slowly, slowly, slowly press yourself. From here, we're going to do a wide angle forward fold. So we'll take the blocks or the bolsters or whatever you're using to help support you. I'm going to take them in front of the body. And for this pose, I actually sometimes, depending on my knees, sometimes I'll bring blankets underneath my knees. Not very high, not like a roll, but just a little bit of cushion. And the legs will go out wide. And again, we are going to be holding this for 10 minutes, so you want to make sure that you feel supported enough and that you're not going too far into the stretch. So if you go as far as you can and you hold for 10 minutes, you can turn into a very intense sort of stretch. And that's not really what we're going for right now. We want to feel supported. So you might even bring the legs a little bit closer together. You might take everything you can find and try to pack it on top of your bolsters here, maybe blankets, maybe whatever you want to find. And then once you feel like you're set up, we will start our timer. So yeah, you can stack here. Another option, if you have a bolster, is to angle it and put your forehead on it. Which, yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. And I will start our 10-minute timer. If there's any poses I'm offering that don't feel good or beneficial for your body, feel free to skip them or modify them in any way that feels good for you. This is your practice. Here. It could be here. It could be here. It's back. Find the position that feels good, and you are welcome to go deeper into the pose as we hold for these 10 minutes. Or come out of one. So the goal is to try to find some stillness here. But if being still is aggravating your nervous system, then feel free to add some movement if that's going to help you relax further into pose. Arms could be hanging out on the legs, or in front of you around the waist, or even holding your head. And find a place that feels good for you. I'm just showing some different options. had your head turned to one side this whole time, you might turn your head to the other side now. And that is our 10-minute timer. Slowly start to press trying to move nice and slow between these poses. I have a kitty that's going to take up my mat. And so we'll go ahead and move next to a wall. You can have this mat for a minute. Okay, so we'll move next to a wall. You could place a bolster or your mat right next to the wall. I have a couple things either side of me, so that might help support me if I feel like I need a little extra support. I like to sit on the bolster or the mat, so you don't have to be elevated here, but it's just gonna give me a little extra cushion. And then I'm gonna just turn my body so you're just one hip's next to the wall, and then you just start to lean down as you start to turn your legs up. And if you have a way that you like to get next to the wall that feels better for you, then feel free to do it. You might want to shimmy yourself a little closer to the wall. We're going to be doing a reclined bound angle. So the bottom of the feet are going to be on the wall. The knees are going to be out wide. And you might want more support from underneath the knees. And sometimes I like to just hold the knees with the hands. And sometimes stacking blocks underneath the knees is nice as well. Let me double that for you. So stacking some blocks. So it would be more kind of underneath the thighs, probably. Would be about as high as the blocks could go. Again, I have these bookshelves next to me as well, so I could probably just use the bookshelves as support as well. We are going to be trying for this one for 10 minutes, but this pose is not quite as supported as some of the other restorative poses. So if you feel like you need to come out sooner, you're always welcome to come out sooner. I'm going to set the timer. Again, you can play around with how you want to support yourself. Maybe you want to stack some blankets underneath the legs even. Maybe you want to get, like I have here, like two pieces of furniture helping my knees stay up, and I'm also using the hands to kind of press into my thighs to help the feet press into the wall. Feel free to be inventive with whatever you'd like to put under you. If there's a part of you that's feeling really unsupported, then see if you can find something in your environment to maybe support you. Maybe a blanket, maybe a book, maybe furniture even. Yeah. And once you find a good supported place for you, you're coming into some slow, deep breathing. It's about 10 minutes here too. Slowly start to move the legs together, and then you can roll over to one side and just kind of shimmy yourself away from your wall. From here, we're going to be setting up it's kind of a mix between a fish pose and a bridge pose. So I like to take both of my bolsters and stack them lengthwise along each other. If you don't have two bolsters, then you could just be folding blankets and try to make it just a good height. That will be about like half of your body lengthwise. Here we go. Nice strap. I'm going to be kind of moving off to the side because this beautiful girl decided to steal my yoga mat from me. So what we're doing is you're going to be kind of moving yourself to sit on top of the blankets or of the bolsters. You can even use couch cushions, can be a good alternative. You want to set yourself up so that your shoulder blades and your head are not on the cushion. The arms are going to go wide, making kind of goalpost arms. And this is the place where I like to use this strap. So you wrap it around the blankets or the cushions or the bolsters, and you're just kind of tying yourself in so that you feel more secure, less likely to fall off. You might have to adjust where you're doing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my upper bolster. You're just kind of tying yourself in so that you feel supported. So that's kind of what we're trying, the whole aim in the restorative practice is to allow yourself to feel supported, to relax, and to allow yourself to feel supported. You don't always do practices that feel we are being taken care of, we're being supported, the world is holding us up. You're adding as many cushions in as you'd like. Some people like to fold blankets, or you could even have a pillow underneath your head. You're doing what's going to help you feel more taken care of, more supported. The shoulder blades again are off. The arms are making kind of goalpost arms, and as you settle in here, if you can find that maybe you want something underneath the mat or underneath the shoulder blades, feel free to bring some blankets, or you can like in. I have a rolled up yoga blanket that I'm putting underneath mine. And again, I'm making some goalpost arms, and I'm going to kind of angle this blanket so that it also supports, underneath my wrist. And yeah, once you're all set up, we're doing 10 minutes here, so I will set our timer, and we'll be here for 10 minutes. minutes for this pose. So then slowly, if you have yourself strapped in, slowly unstrap your legs. And start to bring your knees in towards the chest, and then just slowly roll yourself off your mat. Moving very slow. I'm just gonna check and make sure my camera is still rolling for you. Okay. From here, we're gonna work our way into Savasana. So we did just do a really big back bend. If you feel like you need to take a child's pose or any rounding with the spine before we get into our Savasana, you're welcome to it. I'm going to actually be taking a variation on Savasana for me. You're welcome to take this variation as well, where we just kind of angle the bolsters like we did before. Otherwise, just doing a more traditional Savasana, you could go flat down onto your mat. But I'm going to angle my bolsters so I have a little bit more of an incline. I'm going to take my feet about the width of the mat, toes go out wider, and I'm just covering my toes with some blanket. You could bring blankets underneath your knees as well. Again, even Savasana, let's make this Savasana really supported. So I'm doing kind of a reclining Savasana variation, but you could be flat on your mat. You could bring bolsters or blankets underneath your knees. You can cover yourself up with as much as you like. And here we'll do a 12-minute Savasana. Make sure you're comfortable. You can bring something underneath your head. You can be flat on your mat, or you could be reclining as I am. Whatever variation of Savasana feels right for you. The hands are about a foot away from the hips. The feet are about the width of the mat, toes go out wider. If your lower back is not really enjoying that, you could take the feet the width of the mat and let the knees snug together. Sometimes it's a little easier on the lower back. Or bringing something underneath the knees also can help with some lower back tightness. And just let yourself relax as much as you're able. Feel the mat's completely supporting you underneath your body. And just allow yourself to let go.
others, you're more than welcome to stay in your Savasana as long as you like. But if you're ready to start moving, we could start maybe by bending one knee at a time. And it's rolling to your side. And slowly press into the hands. Slowly, gently press yourself up into a seated position, finding a nice neutral pelvis, a nice long spine. And as always, I like to end with a gratitude breath, feeling my hands down towards the ground, grateful for the earth underneath us and all the things below us. Inhale the arms out wide, grateful for the things around us. Next, inhale, the arms are reaching